Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux. Yes, we have fixed the audio this week. Last week, audio was bad, and I did not know how bad it was until everyone's like, what is wrong with the audio? Listen to it. Oh, God. Actually, I did figure it out about the time I was processing the videos for editing, but we have fixed the audio for this week, so it should sound better. In the future, if it sounds that bad, please let me know live so I can fix it. I think some of you might have. But anyway, greetings and welcome back, everybody, to the Weekly News Roundup. That fun time when we wrap up the week with the news of this past week to see just what is going on in this crazy, crazy world. If you're joining us for the first time in a couple days, I do have a nice new red hat. We have laid down the forensics hat, and now we actually are wearing a Linux hat. I was offered red hat and OpenSUSE, but they're too crazy woke, so I go for the red hat instead. Anyway, and today we have another lemon lift tea. Of course, the green screen interferes, but yeah, and I put honey in it today. Oh, that's good tea. I missed the fact that Lemon Lift is no longer in the Bigelow variety pack, which is sad. So I bought a whole box of it. Anyway, room 2, how are you doing? Razla walked 39 feet today. Very good. Congrats on that. Lost 10 pounds, though. That's not good. Dislocated my shoulder 2.5 years ago. Only able to wash my own hair. Yeah, my mother broke both of her wrists getting on a hoverboard. I'm like, why? No Michael Fox impersonations. But she's now has the casts off, doing much better now. Anyway, Moonbase Self-Grace, take me to your leader. I will be going to Alpha Centauri tomorrow. We are premiering a video tomorrow. I will talk about it on the privacy section as it relates to Mozilla. Literally, effectively actually giving user data to partners in advertising schemes. We'll be doing a deep dive on that tomorrow. We will be mentioning it in passing in the news today. I will unfortunately not be there for that premiere tomorrow, but it is premiering at the usual time, about noon. Robin, how are you doing? Oh, I've missed one from Joseph as well. Laptop Eddie system freeze while playing a YouTube video. A week ago, it is now sitting in Linux jail. It's in Linux jail. Keegan, good evenings. Pine Time notification told me you were live. Very good. See, it's better than relying on the YouTube notifications. Okay, what shenanigans is Mozilla up to now? Oh, we will talk about the shenanigans that Mozilla is up to now. Am I focused? The advantage of the forensics hat is I have a lot better handle on how focused I am. All right, I think that's good. All right, is that good? Am I in focus? Who gave permission to grant access to surveillance? I know, right? Anarita, greetings. Sir Susie, howdy to you. Matthias, hello there. Chris Semple, greetings from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Very cool. Well, greetings. Other than giving your data to other companies, always a feature to turn off. Yes. Windows 11 already having performance issues out of the gate. That was expected. Yes, particularly if you're running Ryzen chips. Windows 11 does have problems. Let's see. Hello, Dan. I don't think I said hello to you yet. Greetings. From Maine, KO2610, your number has been called. Live chat isn't up. I should probably put live chat up, shouldn't I? Thank you. There we are. There's live chat. I actually put it together. I just didn't switch to it. Let's see. Wish I could lose 10 pounds. Oh, don't you? Oh. Raphael the cat says hi to Kitty. All right. Kitty, Raphael's cat says hello. He says, it's okay. I'm too busy licking my toes. Literally, the cat is over here licking his toes. Ew. But anyway, let's see. Lately, haven't been able to leave comments under YouTube videos unless they were live streamed from a desktop. I was being able to leave comments from my phone. Common issue? If you're in the YouTube gulag, maybe. I don't know. I'm always in focus. All right. Well, how about if I do that? I'm definitely not in focus now. Now, of course, I think I was in focus. Now I messed myself up. All right. All right. I look pretty good. All right. Let's see. And frothy phone is my PC from my, this. There we go. Okay. I'm going with that. How are those things in the Great White North? Oh, yeah. Dystopian. Not as dystopian as you guys in Australia, but it's getting dystopian in all those places. It's getting dystopian here as well. Just recently discovered that Chrome updates finally fixed the video stuttering issues in Ubuntu-based distros. All right. Let's, wow, we're actually early. Let's go ahead and get in early, and then who knows? Maybe we can wrap this guy up early. I still have not tested my new camera mount setup. I did get all the components too, and I'm thinking about how I'm going to wire the camera component directly into the van. I have some ideas. So anyway, all right. When you move out of focus, my new Sony TV cleans it up. Oh, really? Well, not everyone has a new Sony TV, so we'll have to keep that in mind. But anyway, OBS issue. I think we are back. Yeah. We're actually in a location where let me double check, but I should be in full LTE. Yes, we are in full LTE. I think that was just an Adobe issue, not an internet issue. That actually was not an internet issue. That was an OBS issue. Very interesting. All right. I think we are about ready to come back. Yeah, I have very few OBS issues, but we have dropped 504 total frames. But that's all OBS's fault. Sings, you broke it. All right. Do you have any software that will help me clean up my Debian 11 system? Delete login error files. BleachBit. Have a look at BleachBit. Or you can just go in and delete log files and error files. That is always an option. All right, let's go ahead and jump on over. I think we are back, and let's go ahead and get set up here. And I got that as an affiliate. And let's see. Let's get started. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the Privacy Edition. And we also have some security stuff as well. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you would like to catch the show live. But let's go ahead and jump right on in. First, we have an update. Google, we announced this a few months back that Google was looking at actually creating Google bank accounts under the name of Plex. I'm wondering what Plex actually had to say about that. Are they going to bow down because it's Google or whatever else? But they don't think they have to worry about it anymore because Google has abandoned its plan. Apparently, well over half the staff involved in Google Pay quit. A whole lot of weird stuff happened, and basically the entire Google Pay system, very much like the old Apple Pay type system, has completely died. Woohoo! Praise the Lord. Some people were all concerned about the security and the privacy issues. I mean, Google, you have to understand, Google and Facebook already get data on credit card usage and things like that. And they use this data in order to determine the effectiveness of ads and target people and things like this. When you go and swipe your credit card somewhere, Google and Facebook get the majority of that data already. This is Google actually working directly with banks. And some of it were like Stanford Federal Credit Union. I don't know how good they are. It's a credit union, so they're usually better. Citigroup is listed as one of the worst banks in the world, and there were some other ones. However, despite the privacy concerns, over 400,000 morons joined into the waiting list for this. I don't know why. I don't know why you would want to specifically give all of your banking information explicitly to Google, but there you have it. It is now dead and we don't have to worry about it. So that's the good news. Well, the bad news, particularly for those of us in FOSS and Linux, is Mozilla has released in the brand new, just released Firefox 93, which has probably been pushed to most of your systems already if you're doing updates. Firefox Suggest. Firefox Suggest actually shares your data with third-party trusted partners. Now, we're not going to mention a whole lot of this here because I have a whole deep dive video of this. I explain it in far more detail, and then we actually go into Firefox, we look at what it looks like, and then we look at how to disable it. I have that video premiering tomorrow, which would be October 9th, 2021. So if you're seeing this in the future, that video is already out. If you're watching this live, it will be tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time. Just as a brief little thing, what happens is when you type in a search term in the address bar, which they actually call, I learned, the awesome bar. You type in the awesome bar, it's going to look at local history, bookmarks, things like this, and then it's going to first look for default search web providers, and then it's going to send data to Mozilla, and then Mozilla is going to trade data with partners, and it's going to provide links. And when you go in and click one of the links, Mozilla is actually going to share some of your private data with that partner. This is now live. Now, according to this, it says, you know, a small percentage of U.S. people have been opted into this for testing. But as of 93, which just released a couple days ago, this is now pushed live to everybody. And I showed how it worked and how it was actually using my search history to show Firefox recommends things. They talk here about the data that is collected, search queries and suggestion imprints. Firefox Suggest sends Mozilla, excuse me, may as well send Microsoft too, but Mozilla search terms and information about engagement with Firefox Suggest, some of which may be shared with partners to provide and improve the suggested content. Clicks on suggestions. When a user clicks on a suggestion, Mozilla receives notice they selected suggested links were clicked. And location. Mozilla collects city-level location data along with searches in order to properly serve location-sensitive queries. Again, that's all we're going to talk about that here. I have a whole specific video on this later on this week. But for those of you using Firefox, be aware that now Firefox is legitimately collecting your data and sending it to their trusted advertising partners. And we can all know we can trust them. All right. From Business Insider, hopefully this isn't locked. All right, good. So from Business Insider, Amazon is working on a smart refrigerator. So if you know anything about the tech that is involved in, for example, grocery stores, grocery store tech is very amazing. And some of it you know about and some of it you don't. Well, some of the things that refrigerators will do in the grocery stores, depending on how technologically advanced the store is, they actually might be tracking your eye movement, seeing what you're looking at, and even measuring your demeanor. I mean, am I a person that's really looking for pizza rolls, or am I looking for a place to take a dump? Yes, that really happened. You're welcome. I left it out of the news a couple weeks ago. But in reality, these refrigerators work. Well, Amazon is working on one that is very similar, not only just to that, but also to the technology they're using in the Amazon Go stores. And when you open up your refrigerator and take something out, it is actually going to be able to monitor what you buy. It's going to make suggestions, automatically reorder items for you, and maybe even suggest products or recipes based on things that you have in the refrigerator. Now, there's been some speculation about whether or not they're going to actually deploy this, but it is something that they have been working on for a little bit now. The fridge, initially codenamed Project Pulse, is designed to track the inventory and purchase habits, predict what you want, and have it delivered. System will be able to automatically notify you of certain repeat purchase things like eggs are close to running out or nearing the expiration dates. So it can also make ordering those products easier through Amazon Fresh or Whole Foods. So now we have the ability to have a smart refrigerator, which is logging and tracking everything that we are able to do. Yeah, that is a thing. And finally, the European Parliament opposes mass surveillance, calls for a ban on facial recognition tech in public. And one of the things that they mention is a a disdain for America. Like right now, America is like looking like it is becoming like the third world country. Honestly, I'm thinking of all the dystopian movies, V for Vendetta might actually be the closest to our future reality. We have a dystopian government took control of the population by poisoning them with illnesses, we shall say, and then providing the therapies. And then, of course, in that, as a side story, America has become this giant wasteland of nonsense and has been completely conquered because, you know, we all know that we have the most popular commander-in-chief in the history of the universe over here in America who is completely sharp, mental acuity out the roof, as long as he's eating some ice cream. But all that being said, one of the things that they're saying in here is that, yeah, they're really concerned that all of these companies like Clearview and Facebook and all these companies that are doing this type of tech are all American companies, and they seem to be completely out of control. And so what the European Union is trying to do is putting a permanent ban on any use of automated facial recognition technologies in any public spaces. European citizens, they say, should only be monitored when they're suspected of a crime. Predictive policing as well as social score systems like those found in China are also on the chopping block. So this is making me want to move to the EU somewhere. Not really, but you know what I mean. And so they had concerns in here about Clearview AI and private databases specifically. And really, they're wanting to do away with these types of functions. So this is good. It passed a preliminary vote, and that means that now the MPs have to get together, decide what all this exactly means, and then they have to start working on what the actual law would look like. So there is EU's plan to ban mass surveillance. Well, if you'd like to help support the channel, we do have affiliates, and today we are highlighting Linode. So tlm.li/Linode will give you $100 in credit. This is good for 60 days. You can spin up as many Linodes as you want. You can create your own Nextcloud, create your own VPN, your own hosting platforms, all sorts of fun things you can do with this, and this will give you a really good idea to test out the services, see if they have what you need. tlm.li/Linode. Now let's go ahead and have a look at our security news. All right, and I have an article that's slightly out of place. Let me make sure when I forgot to turn on my internet when I turned on my thing today. I need to make sure that I have all my articles pulled up properly. There we go. All right. All right, we are good. Let's see. Coming at us live from 404 Gimmick Street. That's right. System cleaner section, GG on the charts almost 50 years ago. All right. I'd rather keep my money under the mattress. Thank you. Give it to me, by the way, of Jesse James. There you go. Silver Adventures. Hey, now for my PC, because if I watch from my phone any longer, I was going to take a cat nap on the bed. Awesome bar? That sounds delicious. I know, right? Better than, though, whatchamacallit, you know? Which is a legit candy bar called whatchamacallit. I can't wait to see hear our president talk about that. It's a whatchamacallit. Well, no, that's a candy bar, sir. You want ice cream. All right. Excuse me. They opted me into it, went and opted out. Oh, what did they opt you into? Brave is good. Firefox is becoming a dumpster fire. Should I show my awesome bar? Oh, no, we don't want to see your awesome bar. I'd like to see Pale Moon, Epiphany, Midori get better extension support. Yeah, Firefox is becoming more... oh, yeah, Firefox is becoming so crazy. Well, it tastes similar to the whatchamacallit bar. I know, right? The whatchamacallit bars are pretty good. It's like a wafery, chocolatey thing. All browsers under advanced have DRM on-off switch. So just turn it off. They can't collect data. That door is closed. Yeah, this is something different, though. Some fool didn't delete that link. What? Without DRM, I can't watch Udemy videos. A dump in the refrigerator. Yeah, some guy was running around taking pictures of women in a grocery store and then take a poop right in the refrigerator and put a box of pizza rolls on top of it. And then some lady reaches in for pizza rolls and gets a handful of turd. Ugh. Think about that next time you want pizza rolls. Too many people so ugly they broke the cameras. Oh boy. Just search your videos on PeerTube, Library, or Odyssey. They don't use trackers. There you go. Yep. Other countries hate America. Hey, just when I was a kid. Yeah, I know. Right? My next refrigerator should be running Arch and store the newest food products. Yay, cola and AUR flavored ice cream. Spot a fridge and said to the guy, I want a dumb fridge. No tech at all, just a light bulb when I open it. The guy just laughed. There you go. Donald Turnbull, greetings to you. EU's better than us. Yeah, it's getting that way. Start downloading lessons, even better to watch. Countries are surveilling non-citizens and selling the data to each other. EU banning it doesn't mean it won't build the database. Yeah, but at least, I mean, if it's technically illegal, there's some slight recourse against it. Oh, the new Firefox thing, Mozilla opted me into it. Yep. Yeah, you can go and turn it off. We'll go ahead and talk about how to do that. All right. Got to get some coof out. All right. Uh-oh. Somebody just came by the recycling bins. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with my internet again. Caused a weird ribbon in my internet yesterday. Somebody's next to me. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Should we run in terror? Should we run in terror? All right. All righty. Let's jump on over to security news. So first up in security, just a brief little update. Anybody using a Medtronic insulin pump, there is an urgent recall. These are available to hackers can get in, and they can actually get in there and dose you with insulin. So this is a huge security call. So if you are using a Medtronic insulin pump, reach out to the company and see if you are affected by this. And moving on to the actual breaches and other security news, Neiman Marcus had a breach in May of 2020, including millions of payment card numbers and expiration dates. And it is supposed that they didn't tell anybody about it because they were just under a bankruptcy and were maybe trying to make themselves look possible for a sale. And then that would have been really bad in the middle of all this. But what they end up saying is, 5 million customer accounts included payment card numbers, expiration dates, and other personally identifiable information was leaked out of Neiman Marcus. And they didn't disclose it for over a year. Now, by this time, about 85% of them are expired or invalid. Of course, the personal information is going to be valid. But with that being said, we need to make sure that you're being careful with that data. And this is why I prefer to use cash everywhere I possibly can use cash. I just don't want to have cards floating around that can be caught up in these data breaches. I'd rather just go in. You don't need to know my name. We're just exchanging this. Here's cash. Give me my product and we're done. This way, my information does not get caught up in these databases. 6,000 Coinbase accounts were impacted by a social engineering hack. This was a flaw specifically if you were using SMS to verify your 2FA for your account. They were able to co-opt this and take over several accounts. They end up stealing a lot of money, but the good news about this, Coinbase releases the information very quickly, and they have a policy to refund anything that was stolen due to a hack. And so none of the customers are going to lose anything here, but just another brief reminder, SMS is the worst possible way to have 2FA. Now, a lot of people are sitting here saying, well, it's better than nothing. I disagree. I'd rather not have 2FA than have SMS. There are way better ways to have 2FA. I like your fun security questions because you can make up random gibberish for every site. I like YubiKeys and other hardware keys. I like authenticator apps. I like alternate email addresses. All of these are way better options than using SMS, especially since, where is it? it's one of the stories we had here tonight. Is it the next one? Oh, yes, that's right. The company that routes SMS for every major U.S. carrier was hacked for 5 years. Every text message went through they possibly had. But the company is being very quiet. They won't tell us if they have the information. They just don't want us to know. They're like, well, this information is between us and our customers, who are all the U.S. carriers. The carriers are going, we don't think anything was released, but nobody's really telling us. So literally nobody knows anything about this one hack about a company that nobody's ever heard of, which is the one in the middle of transmitting everybody's SMS messages, including all your 2FA. Yay! This is why I'd rather not have it at all. Thank you very much. Again, information is completely missing, but basically any text message you sent via SMS for the last 5 years, it is possible that hackers have it, but they have not confirmed they have it. They said, we don't think anybody has it. They won't tell us what was breached. They won't tell us what was hacked. They just know that for 5 years, people were hacking and stealing and having access to this information. They're just not telling us exactly what that is. So I don't know. Maybe this is a case where the government needs to sweep in and, stamp this company out. But of course, based on what happened with Equihacks, that's not going to happen. Well, there is a new Trojan for Android. You might have to be an incompetent buffoon to get this on your device, but if it does get on your device, it can completely take over your phone. So just to be aware of this. Why do I say you kind of have to be stupid to get it? Well, what it is it's a random SMS message that is telling you need to, and it's dealing with needlecraft appointments and such like that. But what it's doing is when you click on the needlecraft appointment link that they text you, because of course we all are getting text messages for needlecraft these days, it's going to send you to a place which tells you, oh, your Adobe Flash player is out of date. Click this to update it. Just an FYI, guys, Adobe Flash died over a year ago now, or was it, I don't know, beginning of this year? I don't know. The years are merging together at this point in time. Adobe Flash has died a long time ago, and Adobe Flash had not been supported on any smartphone since 2012. 2012. Adobe Flash is not something ever on a smartphone, period. Like Apple never had it. But if you go ahead and click on this link to update your Adobe Flash player that doesn't exist, then you will have been taken over by Tanglebot, which has taken over the entirety of your phone. So there you have it, guys. Be careful of any SMS message dealing with needlecraft, even if you might be expecting one such message. Tell them, no, do not text me. Do something else. So here's actually a few of the examples. You have received the appointment for the 3rd dose. Woohoo! For more information, visit, and there's a link there. You've received your appointment for, there's another one, same one. And then the last one, a power outage will occur in your area. More info. Oh, okay. You get some power outage links too. Guys, just don't click anything some random number texts you from. Really, just avoid the SMS altogether. And finally, well, apparently Subscribestar's down right now. So I do have a Subscribestar account, unless, of course, it was just taken off the internet. So subscribestar.com/switchedtolinux, but it can't be findable right this second. Unless I just typed something in wrong. That's also a possibility. Like I said, internet issues when I was just starting up. So anyway, you can help support the channel over on Subscribestar if it happens to still be a thing at Switched to Linux. So thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you next time. All right. Did I spell that wrong? Maybe we just have another DNS error affecting the internet. I don't know. I was like, that seems a little weird. What's going on with that? Somebody's watching me. Yeah, I heard that car pull in. I haven't heard them leave. They're either listening to the news or they're stalking me. Should I get out a firearm and or an axe? Let's see. I think the firearm's easier to reach if I need it. Anyway, let's see. Let Shatner sing Filas Nevada on the flight. Yes, we will do that. Security, just don't do updates. There you go. Those who use insulin pumps technically cyborgs, possibly. And here the Tesla actually hit a deer. I guess Santa wanted to do a test drive. Actually, yeah, it was the lady who runs iPhone rehab or iPad rehab. It's Louis Rossman's friend. And I looked at the footage of this going, why weren't you paying attention to the road? Because that's why I think that watching that video from Rossman, he had the perfect argument for why the tech should be banned, but he's like, no, we shouldn't necessarily ban the tech. It's like, yes, in your own video, in your own explanation, she's not watching the road as closely as she should be because she's relying on the car to do it. Because literally the deer is sitting on the side of the road for a long period of time before slowly walking in front of it. Anybody who's driving down the road in a situation like that is not going to hit that deer. It's a different thing when the deer shoots right out in front of you. Completely different. But this deer is on the side of the road in full visibility for at least 15 seconds. And because no one was paying attention to what's going on or expecting the Tesla to do the right thing, the deer's like, so yeah. But yes, I did see that. Some people are using similar exploits on other Medtronic to create a smart pump system. Ooh. Me too. Use cash as I broke the refrigerator with, I bought the refrigerator. I thought you broke it with cash. What were you doing? And the cashier was like, cash. Yes. I'm like, yes, cash, lady. All these hacks almost convinced everyone knows everything about me since I was like 5. I know, right? Google Maps had a glitch that showed no people at my local Walmart and other store location 5 miles away despite still being open. Weird because I purchased a USB stick at Walmart 2 hours ago. I don't even want to think about the fact that you can see other people at the local Walmart. This is the problem. Press F for Adobe Flash. There you go. It was January, if I remember, when Adobe officially stopped supporting. Yeah, it was either January this way or January last year. I just don't remember. Facebook had a major outage last Monday. Yes, we were going to talk about that. Can you update a 32-bit OS to 64 without reinstalling OS? Probably not. Tom's internet is rebelling against him. That seems to be something else. How to fix Firefox. Check my video tomorrow. It is in the privacy and security sections, but I will be covering that in full detail on my video tomorrow on Firefox, and it is premiering at noon. Why not a firearm that shoots axes? I don't have one of those. I have a niner and I have a hatchet. Let's see. Poor dear. Doesn't Lewis drive a Tesla? I don't know what he's driving. Hello from the land of charms. Audio cut out for a few seconds. Really? Okay. Did audio cut out for everybody? Linux Mint or Ubuntu? Ha 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 ha. Linux Mint. I have a coworker who, in addition to her main job, also delivers newspapers, and while she's doing that, deer will actually run into the side of her car. Yes, I have experienced that. The deer will jump out and hit the side of your car. That's something. I actually had a deer almost do that to the van. He got super close. He comes down, and I'm like, oh dear, this is gonna do a ping, and nope, never heard the ping. He ended up staying right on the side. He stayed like 6 inches. He's like, that thing will kill me. Cash is for private transactions. Keep it amongst the people. Yep. And try using portable copy, the folder backup when you need it to restore backup when there's a problem. Yeah, there you go. I knew this veterinarian who could fix Firefox. I know, right? That's right. Linux Mint or Farron OS? I'm still going with Linux Mint. Farron is good, but I'm still going with Linux Mint. All right, let me hold on a second. Got to get the koofies out. Free venison. Yes, at least in Pennsylvania, if you hit a deer, you are allowed to keep it. It's probably good. I think the cost of the deer meat would be about the cost to fix the car, you know. I had a person walking the side of my car while on the phone. Farron OS for KDE desktop. There you go. What do I need? I need me some corporate accuracy. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the business and the Sillyville edition. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you would like to catch the show live. Let's go ahead and jump right on in. First, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Oculus are all down. Here's what we know. This was the big story at the beginning of the week. Facebook goes down. Now, according to them, the outage was caused by a BGP root update. And basically, this means that the internal systems which controlled everything were all shut down. However, there's some people questioning small portions of this because part of the DNS is actually hosted on Amazon and all that was working, but everything else was shut down. And it was shut down in such a way that many, not all, but many of the employees at Facebook also could not get in the building. So Facebook announced a snow day. And so everyone got a chance to go home. And the conspiratorial portion is that this is the very day that Facebook whistleblower was talking to, was it Congress or Senate or whatever person out there. So this also became a big political issue because this person seems to be a very left-leaning person. Now, Facebook, you have to understand, they're not a super left-leaning, but they're not a super right-leaning. They actually, as crazy as it sounds, Facebook is a fairly centralist, probably lean left organization. We know that the Zuck uses his profit for some democratic causes, but Facebook itself is also oftentimes criticized for having the right-wing crazy nut jobs like Ben Shapiro. But first, the fact of the matter is Facebook is not quite as left-leaning as many other people in the competition, and this led to some conspiracy theories that they were shutting themselves down for the day so a few key people could erase some data because of the whistleblower. I'm not sure I put any credence in any of that, but just telling you what some of the people are talking about. Officially, all of these products were shut down because a BGP root update happened. Basically, it's a more advanced localized DNS system which caused the problems. This caused a shutdown of all the Facebook-owned companies, including the information that would be required to let many Facebook employees into the company itself. And so this is why a lot of people went down. It just happened to coincide with this. So was there something weird or nefarious? I don't know, to be perfectly honest, because there's also been a lot of criticism mounting on Facebook properties because of, for example, the Instagram report showing how dangerous Instagram is for young people, and Facebook was supposed to push out the kids' Instagram, but they delayed this. So there's a lot of questions about what's going on, and the timing of this seemed a little bit too convenient with everything else going on about Facebook in the world. So maybe it was just there to avoid a dumpster fire while a whistleblower was being interviewed. Maybe that had to do with it, but who really knows? Honestly, I'm not going to cover it any more than that because this story was beat to death way more than I thought it would be the entire week. Just kind of a brief summary of everything that I have heard. Now, as of now, the advanced deadline for the robocall mitigation goes into effect. This would have been as of last week, I believe. Unfortunately, I'm still getting some robocalls. I've gotten a few of them already earlier this week. So clearly what they're doing is not actually doing anything. But in theory now, the stir shaken protocol entered for the the large major U.S. carriers earlier in June. Smaller subscribers or smaller providers with less than 100,000 subscribers had an extended deadline. That deadline is now in place. So now in theory, nobody is allowed to have an unauthenticated robocall come in from out of the United States into a United States carrier. It's still happening. I guarantee if you get any of those robocalls and you do whatever to attempt to get a person. Now, a warning, some people are saying that some of them are now you push the button and it goes to an old 1-900 was the old way you do it, where it would cost you money for pushing the button. Some people have said that, but really these robocalls are still getting in. Nice try, but why don't you do something different? And so in theory, the protocol's in. In theory, it should stop the robocalls. I still have received some, however, so who knows? We'll see if that helps down the road. Well, Tinder and Lyft are partnering up so that if you happen to swipe this way, swipe that way, and boom, you found Mr. or Mr. Right. Mr. or Mr. Right. Okay, well, hey, it's transgender world anyway. Why not? Then you can now send your Mr., Ms., or Z a ride on Lyft. And the part that I don't like about this is the fact that if you do not have a Lyft account, and you are on Tinder, you're like, ooh, let me give you a Lyft. You're basically sending the Lyft account over to the person. The person can then get this and click this and then create the account. And I wonder at times if this is sharing more data with Lyft than a person may want. And I've seen this happen a lot, like Dropbox, for example. Someone will send you some Dropbox link. I am completely anti-Dropbox. Don't have a Dropbox account, will not get a Dropbox account. And people are like, here's a link to my Dropbox. Well, thank you. You just shared my email address with Dropbox. No. And now Dropbox is like, hey, just a reminder, you want to check your Dropbox account? I'm like, pick your favorite finger, Dropbox, because I don't want you. But now somebody slimy just handed me my email address to them because they think that I might happen to want a Dropbox account. I'm sorry, no thank you. And I wonder if this is much the same way, because you are literally getting a link from Lyft to pick up your ride, and if you don't already have a Lyft account, you would then have to create one. Makes me wonder, do people literally have one email address that they're using for everything? I guess that's probably the norm, but Lord, how bad is that for security? I guess I don't think about it because I have like 20 email addresses for different purposes, but anyway. There's something said for segregation and separation, you know. But anyway, now you can send people the Lyft accounts through your Tinder account. They can reject it, in which case you'd get your money back. You can do a two-way, you can do a one-way, and so they're getting enough in here to bounce back and forth with. It's fair enough. So whatever that is. Well, Cloudflare does not have to cut off copyright infringing websites. All right, I want to talk about this one because it's an interesting case to examine. So what happened here is there is a company that their copyrighted data is being infringed upon, and these companies that are passing it around, they're basically playing a case of whack-a-mole. One pops up, they shut them down. Another one pops up, they shut them down. Another one pops up, they shut them down. There's hundreds of these things going on. But what this company found out is that like nearly every one of these companies is using Cloudflare as their distribution. Now, it's not really, Cloudflare is not a host. What they are is they're a multi-point distribution platform. So you have a central host, and then Cloudflare is going to ping this across a regional location to balance the load between different servers and to cut things off. So this company said, why don't I just go ahead and sue Cloudflare, because they're ultimately the one that's allowing people to access all my infringed material. The judge ruled that no, this is not the case because Cloudflare is not in and of itself the host. I completely agree with this ruling. Cloudflare did not have anything to do, anything wrong here. But the reason I wanted to point this up is it raises more concerns. In my opinion, Cloudflare is too large. This is why I completely reject Firefox using DNS over HTTPS, defaulting it to Cloudflare, because what they're doing is the vastest majority of websites now are pinging through Cloudflare. They have access to them. And now all these people using Firefox, by default, they're pinging through Cloudflare's DNS. So Cloudflare can now see a wide variety of who's doing what on the internet, seeing and deploying. And this is a company that a guy woke up one point in time and said, well, I was just feeling in a weird mood, so I decided that this guy shouldn't be on my service, and he cut him off. Well, that's a little bit crazy for a company that controls most of the internet. And as more and more companies go with Cloudflare, this is a concern that I have. So it makes sense that this person would try to do this, but I do actually agree with the judge. Cloudflare had nothing wrong to do here, but I still think Cloudflare is way too large. This is why I won't have anything to do with Cloudflare. They're too big. They need to lose market share because they have a dangerous amount of web stuff. And it also creates a single point of failure that if you take out Cloudflare, you can take out a large portion of the internet. It's like taking out a DNS server. I mean, we saw in the previous news section, Subscribestar was down, and guess what? It was down somewhere at the hosting resolving portion with Cloudflare. And that's a common thing. If you've ever seen a Cloudflare website that's not resolving, that's what's going on. So Ultimately, yeah, I agree with the judge's assessment. It's not Cloudflare that's actually hosting anything, but I still think Cloudflare is too big, and so we need to take active steps to make it a little bit smaller. And finally, we have a dystopian brain implant. So this is a landmark U.S. study. They're implanting this brain chip into somebody, and when the person, the person's brain started being basically depressed, the implant would do some electrotherapy inside the brain and reverse everything, and cause them to have basically treat the depression. And this person's like, I was crippled by depression for 5 years, and then all of a sudden now I actually am able to function. Now, the thing that I'm really concerned about this, and I actually should have done a different affiliate. I should have actually talked about my, maybe I'll do that. In fact, we'll go ahead and change my affiliate for this episode. My book called Synaptergy is somewhat similar to this, which is very interesting, and I have a whole science fiction novel about this. But this is what they said. Almost immediately after being inserted deep into her brain, the device provided relief, which has so far lasted for a year. When it detects neural activity associated with irrational thoughts, which previously triggered depressive obsessions, its electrodes deliver short, corrective electric pulse and poof, the cycle stops, as Sarah puts it. So, are not a whole lot of people in the world considered by half of the nation to be considered irrationally thinking? Maybe we probably should not implant things into people's brains which interact with irrational thoughts, because perhaps the irrational thoughts are actually really thinking. But you're running around saying you're irrational. It's kind of like the one senator. I'm not going to get political here, so I'm going to name any names. If you've seen the clip, you've seen it. But the one senator is talking to the person making policies about needlecraft, and he's like, this guy's not a scientist at all. He's a lawyer, and he's been a lawyer for his whole career. And he's like, and this person who is actually a scientist said, hey, do you think it's appropriate for you, who has no scientific study, to be dictating what everybody else is and simply declaring that anybody that disagrees with you is flat earth, despite a lot of scientific study to the contrary? That's really what it boiled down to. Well, that guy basically thinks that everyone who does not agree with his specific point of view is an irrational thinker. So do we really need some implant which will detect neural activity associated with irrational thoughts and then poof, the cycle stops? No, that's a little bit dystopian. It definitely is dystopian. And so with that, what I would like to do is I was going to actually talk about a different affiliate, but instead we're going to talk about my book called Synaptergy. So you can find information here at tlm.li/s. So my novel Synaptergy specifically looks at this person who actually has some implants. You can come on over here, tlm.li/s or synaptergy.com. You can read chapter 1, or actually you can listen to the first 5 minutes of chapter 1 on SoundCloud. My privacy badger is blocking it right now. And then you can actually pick it up directly from me, or you can go with Amazon, Audible, iTunes, Kobo, Barnes & Noble, IndieBound, audiobooks.com, Google Audiobooks. There's a lot of different places. There's also some for UK and places like that. So head on over to synaptergy.com and you can get more information on the science fiction novel and learn about why we do not need to be doing dystopian brain implants. All right, guys, let's head on over to Sillyville. Alrighty. Would be some free venison. Mint at the moment, aside Mac OS. All right. Selling bootable Linux Mint Ubuntu USBs on Amazon for $18. I would probably not buy one of those. Do not buy a Linux Mint Ubuntu USB on Amazon. I would recommend not doing that. You are very, very good chance buying malware. If you want to buy one of those, Linux Mint I know sells them. I don't think Ubuntu does. But just go to linuxmint.com or Ubuntu's website, download the ISO, and burn it onto a USB drive. Do not buy one from Amazon. There are a few more reputable places you could buy a distro from. Do not buy it from Amazon. Absolutely not. Farron OS is technically a continuation fork of Linux Mint. Actually, no, it is based on Ubuntu now. It's no longer based on Linux Mint. Hello, Spin Viking. Greetings. Just switch back to cash, save money doing that since it's not invisible spending anymore. Absolutely. Yep. Welcome back to the crazy world today. Facebook, delete and shred everything. Yeah. Facebook is the biggest snow job on the net. Here, that could be Earth's magnetic field. There you go. Wonder if Anonymous is powerful enough group to shut all that down. I don't know. Zuckerberg can go zuck himself, yes. Mark Zuckerberg lost billions of dollars resulting outage. Yeah. Check Facebook once or twice a month. Zuckerberg had a hair out of place and his world collapsed. No! Zuck tripped on the wires. Chew, don't worry, the Zuck will still have his gold toilet and private jet, yeah. Or his gold toilet in his private jet. I wonder if he has one that does the anal print thing. Sorry, Dave, you're a little soft today. Incoming robocalls have definitely decreased this week. There you go. Shatner torture test. Uh-oh. Wife noticed outage on WhatsApp. I did not. Everyone wants my data, but I'm the most uninteresting person on earth. The joke is on them. Yeah. Phone defaults to silent ringtone with custom ringtones for contacts only. There you go. Different email address for my phone, which is different from my main email address. I'm in Canada. I'm restricted to the U.S. Yeah. Robin Jennings, they want my data too, but when they find out I watch cat videos, they jump ship. There you go. Video unavailable. Uh-oh. Wasn't Cloudflare the ones who finally put 8chan out to the pasture? They don't really have the ability to do that. Because basically they're just a distribution network, but 8chan could just need to find different hosting providers. Whether or not you find one is a different story. I think Chat was having too much fun with this one. Yeah. The whole Christmas album to play. Get rid of unwanted pests here or guests. Got the Barbary Coast with Shatner TV series from the 70s. There you go. Implants immediately makes me think of the original Deus Ex game. Yeah. Hey, Vince, how's it going there? How are things down in the dystopian crazy land of Australia? I have a poster print out every year at Trick or Treat. It says, Fuck you peaky bacon. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Never lose touch with your inner moonling. That's right. I have a kitty came down to visit. Hello, you want to say hi? Say hi to people? See, he's like, no, I don't want to say hi to anything. I don't want to say anything, huh? All right, guys. Are we ready to get silly? Ooh, I forgot to pull up this link. Hold on. I need to pull up this link before we get silly. Can I pull up this link? I thought this thing had the link. This is why Ars Technica is stupid. All right, let me pull this up, and then we'll jump on over to... Okay, let me try this. Let me do... kitty, are you having fun playing with my microphone? Transferring data, transferring data, transferring data. Come on. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right. Let's see. Kitty version of Jaws. The novelty is long gone for Facebook. Here at least. I know it's censored using differently depending on user's country. Beautiful sunny the day, nearly long. Houston, we have a problem. All right. All right. All right. We are ready to go to Sillyville. Right meow. Are you right meow? Hey, can I set you down so I can do my Sillyville? Let me set you down so I can do my Sillyville. And then you can get your kitty treats when we're done with Sillyville. All right. All right. So first up in Sillyville, the Way Forward machine provides a glimpse into the future of the web. All right, so Internet Archive suspects what the Internet of 2046 looks like. And so basically you go into the Way Forward machine now, and it's going to go into the future. So this website here has classified content. You can leave it or you can divulge personal details. There's 8 steps here to the global network securities, or you might have your business is no longer in existence anymore. So you can actually come on over here, and then the triangle ones, like I think I forget exactly. But I went ahead and went into the Way Forward machine and to see what Switch to Linux is going to look like in the Way Forward machine. So we get future looks pretty scary. Let's find a better way forward. Help us spread the word about dangers of the internet, freedom, find out who can help them. Together we can work for a future where access is universal. This is really funny, though, from an organization that's actually is editing the Internet Archive. I kid you not. They are actually internet. Access denied. This content is unavailable to users beyond the firewall. All right. No, don't do that. All right, so this says classified content. This website includes information that only be accessed by users who share their personal information. Guys, this is Switch to Linux site. This will never happen. All right, so I can leave the website or I can divulge personal details. My name is Bob. No, my name is Joe, and I work in a button factory. All right, my name is Joe Smith. Let's see, button factory tester. None yo business. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sounds good to me. Oh, look at that. Step 6 of 48. Let's see. Let's do Springfield. See how long this actually takes. Age, 56. Gender. We're just having too much fun with this one. Apache helicopter. Email address, bob@thebuttonfactory.com. Course. You can tell that I patched up these guys here. There we are. Z keeps on adding things. 5, 7. There you go. See, it's never going to end. Basically, classified content. Oh, this business no longer exists. No longer able to come. Let's see. Trying to access was either no longer able to comply or found to be in breach of the new regulations brought about in the 2029 Monopolies Commission. Oh yeah. Whoa there. Are you over 18? Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. There you go. All right. You're gonna get any more? All right. And then, of course, we got this Ministry of Truth one available. The site is temporarily available for your own good. See, I don't use this many pop-ups, nor would I ever. So, obviously it's stupid. So anyway, the Wayback Machine, they're trying to be funny with this. And this is funny from an organization who actually literally is censoring the past of the internet. But to whatever it is. Well, next, Blue Origin is sending William Shatner to space. Why is Blue Origin's rocket look so phallic? Anyway, so William Shatner, I believe, is in his 90s now. So it's like maybe he's just planning on dying up there. Maybe it's just a giant ploy by his family to get a bunch of insurance money out of Blue Origin. But yeah, so William Shatner, of course, Star Trek fame, flying into space. Of course, we had to. Ransomware gangs are complaining that other ransomware gangs are stealing their ransoms. Oh, how sad. You're actually stealing people, and this money you've stolen is getting stolen from you. Cry me a river of tears. But I stole 30 million, and somebody came by and stole 10 million of the 30 million I stole. What in the world? I mean, this is just as bad as the ransomware guys having the tech support line, which somebody noted is better than Cox Internet. Cyber criminals using a ransomware as a service scheme have been spotted complaining that the group they rent malware from could be using a hidden backdoor to grab ransom payments for themselves. You can't make this crap up anymore. What is going on with these guys? So yeah, they're all mad about the ransomware services putting backdoors on the ransomware that they're selling as a service for scraping off money off of the ransoms that they're collecting. Hey, it's malware as a service. What were you expecting? Them to play fair? Duh. All right. Well, Netflix edited the Squid Game. I do not know what Squid Game is, but apparently it's some popular show on Netflix because they kept a phone number in their show. It ended up being a woman in South Korea. They offered her like $1,000, but it's like it literally has shut down her business. It would be really interesting to see Netflix having to pay like her whole salary for the rest of her career because they basically effectively killed her business by publishing her website online. And I know some people in the comments are like, what type of moron calls a phone number that you see on the, on some TV show? Well, you don't actually have to be much of a moron because a lot of TV shows and movies have actually done that and put funny spoofs or bonus content into those phone numbers. And so really, really there's reasons people would try it, but this is also why there's always been a list of phone numbers that will never be used. There's, of course, in the old day, it was 555, in front of a number, which is something that's never used. But there's also phone numbers that are used that are specifically set to never be assigned to anything so that a TV show can have a more realistic phone number in the show. And they fail to do that. They just use some random number and it ended up actually being somebody's phone number, and it was somebody's business number. And so she's like, I can't change numbers, but she's getting so many repeated calls and text messages that her phone just perpetually dies because of the amount of money coming in and out of it. So very interesting. Well, now our final story. Apple would like to put climate control, seat adjustments, and instrument clusters on your iPhone. So guys, we're not supposed to be messing around with our phones when we're driving. So the new Apple AirPlay approach is to put the car controls on your phone. Why? It's dangerous. I think the big touchscreens in cars are dangerous. There's no tactically feeling around for what you're looking for. Okay, this is a problematic thing, but and they say here, a recipe for further distracted driving? Yes. So Apple's reportedly looking to expand its CarPlay integration into the big way. Similar sources familiar with the company's plans told Bloomberg that Apple is developing technology that would allow users to access and control vehicle functions like the climate control system, seat position, and the instruments directly from the iPhone itself. You're not supposed to be touching this stupid thing. That's the whole point. Okay, a program known as Ironheart It is said to still be in the early stages of development. It would require cooperation with automakers in order to be launched as a consumer products. No, I don't want anything which is going to be pushing car controls onto the phone itself. Keep your phone as completely separated from your car as conceivably possible, and we don't need to put basic controls for the car on the phone. That's what the dash is for. These cars are removing all of that functional space on dashes for tactile buttons that can do real things, to put giant touchscreens that you have to stare at while you're barreling down the interstate at 90 miles an hour. Well, depending on where you are, of course. But this is so dangerous. Like, where is the traffic boards at? Why are they not saying, no, stop, just stop. Stop wasting your money on this right now. We don't need to be putting car controls on the phone itself. Use tactile spaces on your dashboard. I know you don't want to get into your car and have a dashboard full of buttons. You would prefer a giant television screen so you can be completely distracted while driving down the road. But, oh well, I guess that's what it is. So anyway, Apple is trying to kill us all. Well, you can help support the channel over on Patreon, patreon.com/TOMM. If you'd like to jump on there, that will help support all the different channels that we have. And with that, we will see you guys next time. Oh, I'm missing the point. Autopilot while you're driving. No need to be touching controls. Yeah, except when the deer comes on board and gives you a solid 30 seconds of intention to jump in front of you, and the autopilot's just driving. Yeah. Let's see. I didn't mark where I was in my comments. Rabbit hole time. Gonna need a bigger litter box. That's right. You guys need a bigger litter box, don't you, kitty? You need a bigger litter box, huh? Yes, you do. You're getting fat. You're getting fat. Yes. Oh, you're gonna kick me in the face now? All right. If you're gonna make an ISO drive, I would use Ventoy, as it's easy to make and test out various ISOs. Yes. You have international friends on Facebook, you'd be shocked at what they're allowed to post. Yep. I just meowing. Glad I made it in time for Sillyville. That's right. Glad you made it in time for the cat? Cattyville? Want to sing us a song? Kitty cat. He's like, no. I don't want to say nothing. I'm just going to sit here and purr. Looks like a Black Mirror episode. Thong time. Uh-oh. All these sites will require subscriptions to view news articles. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, when a website wants me to sign up, nope, close it immediately and go find somebody else who's reposted the content of the article. Age, the maximum. There you go. Steps are increasing. Yep. Patchy, I wish I thought of that. Firefox posts a good article on Pocket, but the post wants a subscription. You pay with a real drop of blood. Give me your DNA. Make them sing to test the torture resistance of the crew. Stay off my desk. You're not allowed on my desk. You're allowed everywhere in the van except on my desk, kitty cat. You know that. You know that. Yes, you know that. You can't go on my desk. And rich people used to drive supercars to compensate. Now they have rockets. I know, right? Very phallic-looking ones. Potentially get around paywalls by opening the news article links and browsers with disposable Linux VMs. Yep. Hello, Metal Music. Greetings. Ask for Jenny. All right. Call me by Blondie. There you go. Rich now have rockets with interesting shape. Yep. Tings will no longer be free. I could just reset internet history by running a Linux live trial session in VirtualBox and shutting it down after each use. There you go, yeah. Some of those, too, it's based on cookies. You just clear your cookie and you can go and view another 5 articles. Is VirtualBox good in Linux? Yes. As long as you're not on a machine as old as mine. I did buy that new hard drive today. I did buy a new hard drive to install the newer version of the OS over here. So, off. Have a good night. Well, see you later, Robin. Tattling my car for navigation media. Fast and the bi-curious. There you go. Tried looking at my GPS on a lonely road 2 seconds. I'm near a ditch, so now I pull over. Yep. How's life off grid? Not too bad. Battery's a little low today. I don't know why. Of course, it was completely cloudy all day. Let's see. Fast 10 film will feature iPhone controlled cars. For Halloween, Tom and Kitty will trade places. Uh-oh. Sleepy Eyes has a blue identifiable look in my view, but yours it looks the same. He is a mod, and I think mine I have a custom layout for what you guys are seeing on my screen. Anyway, yeah, I think it is about time to feed the beast. So let's go ahead and feed the beast. Oh boy, Kitty. Yes, that's right. We're feeding the beast. If I can find your kitty treats. There they are. Found your kitty treats. Oh boy, Kitty. Go on. Go on. Jump. Jump. You gotta jump and get your kitty treats. You gotta jump. Jump. Get them kitty treats. Come on. Get the kitty treats. Come on, Kitty. Yes, you can come up for kitty treats too. Alright, I'll pick you up. Bink. Bink. Hey, you're blocking the view, buddy. You're blocking the view from the other one. Alrighty. A super chat from James Lindborough. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Miss CJ for a bit. Put on much weight? Nah, I don't know. He's about the same. He's a fatty, that's for sure. He is indeed a fatty. CJ's elf suit. Just right. Hey. Keep Alpha away from my kitties. Keep Alpha away from my kitties. Feed the beast. So I can tell which is a mod post from this. On my screen, when you're seeing my screen, you got to look for the little blue wrenches here. So Razzler Review and Sleepy Eyes Vince are the mods I see right now. There's probably a few more too. CJ, order the elf suit. Yeah, you need to keep elf. Yeah, Vince, in the van here, you almost always get a double catter because there's nowhere to hide. So, and she's not on the other end of the house, so she can't hear the treat box. So yeah, so in here we got that. CJ, Weird Al, fat music. Dun, 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 dun. My butt is wide. Yeah. All right. Well, we will wrap this one up here. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Again, tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a video detailing the privacy issues with the new release of Firefox. And I will not be around for that premiere, unfortunately, but it will still be premiering tomorrow at noon. So stay tuned for that. We will actually look into it a little bit more detail. Then we'll actually look at the browser, look at what it looks like, and we'll talk about how to disable it. So that is coming up tomorrow. And then we'll be back hopefully Monday with some more fun stuff. Watcher, what'd you miss? You missed it all, Watcher. Sorry, man. We're just wrapping up. But you can go back and rewatch this one there. It will be set to private here later on tonight. But you can actually, if you have the link to this on any of the social media, the link should stay active. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And we will see you guys next time.